My next guest from SC Thrive, a great organization which helps people access what they need to be physically, mentally, and financially healthy. I love them so much. Beth Dehart. She is the Director of Senior Programs, and it's a pleasure to have you on. I would love for you to tell everyone the purpose of SC Thrive and a little bit of the work that you guys do.
Sure. Thank you so much for having me, Koko. It really means a lot. What we do here, we feel is really important, and it's great to be able to speak to you and your listeners. SC Thrive is a statewide nonprofit. We basically exist to connect people to resources to improve their quality of life. And primarily those resources are related to government benefits and nonprofit benefits. So SNAP, Medicaid, long-term care. We also can help people if they need a replacement birth certificate, or if they need a replacement Social Security card, we can help them apply for those. We can help them apply to vote. And all of this, one of the great things that we can offer is we have an online web-based portal where you can do all of those applications at one time. So it saves a ton of time. And we also have counselors, both here at SC Thrive as well as throughout the state, who can help you walk through some of those applications if you need a little assistance.
All right. Now, you are statewide, correct?
Yes, ma'am.
And so, as I had mentioned, you are the Director of Senior Programs. So tell us a little bit about your mission for that program.
We recognize that as we get older, things just get a little bit more challenging. And sometimes you need a little extra help, a little extra support there. Many of us do have family who can provide that support for us, but sometimes we don't. And sometimes resources are a challenge, of course, for anybody, whether or not you have family support. So there are three primary benefits that we promote that are related to seniors. And one of them is familiar to most of us, probably. It's related to SNAP. We know that SNAP benefits are what we used to know as food stamps. It's basically the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program. It's promoted through the Department of Social Services. Really important for people to have good, healthy food regardless of their life circumstances. But specifically with seniors, they have two added benefits for the senior. One is a simplified application. And I know for a lot of people that's the golden ticket right there, right? You just making things a little easier is key. Well, sure enough, that's what this program does. It's an elderly simplified application program. And SC Thrive, through that web-based portal that I mentioned earlier, we have a call center. I guess I should have mentioned that earlier, sorry, but we have a call center where you can call in and do any of these applications over the phone. And the Elderly Simplified Application Program for SNAP is one of those. So as soon as you tell our agent that you are over age 65 and you want to apply for SNAP, they will access that shortened application for you. So that will save a lot of time. And then the second part of that ESAP program is you get an extended approval period. Most of the time, if you apply for SNAP, you get a 12-month approval. But if you're an older person, you can get up to 36 months. So 3 years, basically, your benefits can be approved for, and you don't have to reapply or go through eligibility a second time within that 3-year period.
So how does SNAP actually work for the elderly? Same way?
Mm-hmm. You get a card. You get your benefits amount is determined once you apply. Now, let me make this one very, very important point here. For anybody who applies for SNAP, your expenses count a lot when you're declaring your income and your expenses. So if you have a lot of expenses, that can help to raise your award amount. So for seniors, sometimes, maybe they don't have a lot of expenses because they've paid everything off or whatever. But one thing that do have a lot of is insurance premiums oftentimes and medical bills. You can count all of those in your SNAP application, and that can really drive your award amount up a lot.
Okay. All right. And then talk to us about the long-term care.
This is maybe one of the best health secrets for seniors in South Carolina. So as we get older, none of us really likes to think about being less able maybe than we were once before, right? But the truth of the matter is that does happen for some of us. You just need a little bit more help. And, sometimes something catastrophic event occurs, like a stroke or even a car wreck. Anything can happen as you get older that can really impact your capacity to take care of yourself. So for a person who needs some extra help, let's go to the extreme. Let's say the person needs to live in a nursing home. Okay. Koko, do you have any idea on average what it costs to live in a nursing home in South Carolina? Just a regular nursing home on average?
Actually, I've had to go that route and I was shocked. And I mean, it's an astronomical amount, something that you're really not prepared for.
That's right. The average per month is $7,000
Per month?
per month. That's the average, Koko. So, I mean, that's the middle, right? I don't know
Yeah.
about you, but I don't have an extra $7,000 sitting around. And
Wow.
my own mother, she passed a few years ago, but this was exactly the situation with her. She didn't have $7,000 a month sitting around, and neither did I. And she
Hmm.
had a catastrophic fall and needed to be in a nursing home afterward. We applied for the long-term care benefit. It's through Healthy Connections Medicaid, and it can cover those nursing home costs for you if you're eligible. So, and the bar to be eligible is not very high. I mean, they really want to be there for people who need it. So that's for a person who needs to live in a nursing home. It can cover those costs for you. But there's another element to this benefit, which is really powerful. And that's if a person wants to stay at home, but
Hmm.
they do still need some of that extra support. Maybe they need some help with bathing. Maybe they need a ramp built in their home. Maybe they need pest management. People do
Okay.
sometimes, right?
Right, right.
Medicine assistance. Basically, if you think of everything that you get support for in a nursing home, that can be provided for you in your
In
home.
home. Okay.
And that's called community long-term care. It's the same benefit. You apply the same way. And again, I mentioned earlier, our call center can help with all of these applications. They can help with the long-term care application too. I can too. You can call me, no problem. I'd be happy to help a family if they wanted to do that. But yeah, so there's this two types of long-term care, which is the nursing home coverage, as well as covering those types of benefits if you want to stay in your home and you have the ability to stay in your home.
Good, very good. Now, let's talk about the criteria a little bit because you mentioned one thing. Is this the age 65 for all of your services?
For the senior related services that we've mentioned so far, SNAP, ESAP, the Elderly Simplified Program, and then for
Right.
long term care. And then there's one more prime that we haven't talked about yet. But yes, the age is 65 and over for those three.
Okay, and then the financial is that where you have to disclose your earnings and that sort of thing. Could you ever make too much? Because some seniors pretty much have it pretty set. They might be in the smaller percentage, but some seniors do make a good paycheck.
Sure, sure. Good for them, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So the SNAP program is specifically for low income people.
Okay.
But for Medicaid and long term care, and just to be clear, the long term care benefit that I just mentioned is under the umbrella of Medicaid. So there is an income limit for the long term care benefit, but there is a caveat to that if you make more than that limit, there is a way that you can set aside some of those additional funds above that limit for your own medical care, and then that can help you to be eligible from an income perspective. So, we've helped families that made $1,000 a month too much over the limit, and we
Mm-hmm.
took them through that process of just setting aside that specific amount of money with the particular paperwork that's needed, and they were able to be approved.
Okay. All right. The third thing you were talking about, Healthy Connections Prime. What exactly is that?
Yes. So for low income seniors who are eligible for both Medicaid and Medicare, right? So all of us are going to be eligible for Medicare at 65 if we're a US citizen, right?
Right.
But you also are eligible for Medicaid. Okay, so let's think about that. This is a low income senior. Got two things that are maybe going to cause some health issues as they get older. Maybe they don't have a lot of support. Maybe they don't have enough insurance coverage. Maybe they don't have enough money to get to the doctor when they need to. We know that a person like that has the potential to get sick faster, right?
Right.
So the idea is if we can keep them healthy longer, great for everybody, right? And the other side of this is it saves money. It saves the taxpayer money. It saves the senior money.
Mm-hmm.
So we want to keep seniors healthy as long as possible. So for those seniors who are eligible for both Medicaid and Medicare, you get Prime. Boy, oh boy, what a benefit this thing is. Most people who have Medicare pay an insurance premium for some sort of a supplement. It's usually around $150 a month. If you have Prime, that goes away. You get a care coordinator, a person, you get a human being assigned to you to check on you at least once a quarter. They check, make sure you have your medicines, refills ready. If you need to get to the doctor, they'll help you arrange transportation. Again, all toward that end of staying healthy as long as possible. You get dental care, you get vision care. All of your Part A, Part D, Part B is covered also under Prime. And you really don't have to do anything special to do it. There's a one-page application also built into SC Thrive's Thrive Hub that you can do over the phone. And everybody who has Medicare and Medicaid will be approved. There's no other eligibility. You just fill out the paper, which again, we can do for you. It almost sounds too good to be true. But again, it is intended to keep our seniors as healthy as long as possible, and it really does.
They are SC Thrive. They are statewide, and they provide a lot of services. And you have much of this information on your website. You also have events and things like that. And I want you to please stay in touch with me and let me know anything that we can do to help you get the word out. But for anyone who would like to get more information about what we've talked about, let them know how they can get in touch with you.
Sure. Thank you so much, Koko. Our call center is open Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 5. You can call there to get more information about some of the programs that we've talked about. Plus, you can apply for benefits if you want to. That number is 1-800-726-8774. And then also our website is a great place to visit, and that's just scthrive.org.
All right. Beth, thank you so much for coming on the show today. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me so much, Koko.